Wait for it. Hey, this is Blind Stanley, and welcome back to Turok Dinosaur Remastered. I'm once again joined by 9Gear Girl because I was super disappointed that the last video didn't end in a big weird boss fight after I sort of promised him that Turok had all sorts of strange things like that, so now he's back and oh good, I just realized that I spoiled the video. Sorry everyone, spoiler. I guess there's a big weird boss fight at the end of this video. Ah well, this one's for you, 9Gear Crow. Say hi, 9Gear Crow.
Hello.
Welcome to the Catacombs. So this level is kind of a disappointment in that when you run around behind the entrance portal, there's nothing there but a boar to shoot for health power-ups. But now we get to spend the entire level inside of a catacomb.
Lovely. Because of course, there's nothing more that I want to hear at the start of a video than, this level's a disappointment. Good things are going to happen here, people.
Oh, check this out. A seemingly bottomless pit, and there's a little sort of like hole on the other side of that bottomless pit. Remember that, because we're going to come back through that hole to that bottomless pit.
Oh, I was hoping there'd be like sort of an invisible walkway that you'd have to like, you know, like the leap of faith and at the end of Last Crusade.
You know, that's that was the last level when we got the grenade launcher for our troubles.
And the Latin alphabet, Jehovah starts with an I.
Welcome to the room of perpetually swinging hooks.
Who set all this shit up? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, there are these ancient warriors just milling about. I'm guessing they had something to do with it. Yeah, those guys. Those are the caretakers of this room. This is really an ancient amusement park, and we shouldn't be here after hours. If this game could process audio dialogue better, they would be shouting, "Hey, you get down from here, the park is closed."
Yeah, because this was an N64 game originally, right?
You know what? I don't know what came first, the N64 version or the PC version. They might have been released simultaneously. I know that the PC... I think it was the N64 version, actually. I think the PC was a bad port.
I remember seeing, like, TV ads and stuff for the N64 version, so...
Right.
And, like, that was the only one that I knew about for the longest time.
I know with the most recent patch, and I'm dating the video, potentially, but the third patch for this game... Oh, kill that guy, get another level 8 key. Nice. But the third patch for Turok Dinosaur Hunter, they replaced all the old PC sound effects in this game with the N64 sound effects because, surprise, surprise, they were of a higher quality.
Jeez, that's rare.
Right?
Like, I was just playing through the... PC...
No, Rare made Banjo-Kazooie.
Fuck you! As I was saying, oh my god, saw blades. But as I was saying, I was playing through the PC version of Shadows of the Empire, and I was actually impressed just how much better it was than the N64 version in, like, nearly every respect.
So what you're saying is a Star Wars Shadows of the Empire LP Special Edition is in order.
I think it's definitely warranted.
No promises, viewers. No promises.
We're gonna do it.
So welcome to another underwater segment where, if you want to, you could potentially propel yourself into the spikes and impale yourself.
Yeah, touch spikes, get dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Artix. I don't see any possible way that, like, even I, if I was swimming underwater, wouldn't be able to impale myself on a spike like that.
Again, Artix is pretty, No, Turok is pretty buff. Maybe Artix is really buff, too. I have no idea. Artix, confirm, deny. Are you or are you not buffer than Turok? Turok's pretty strong, though. I mean, consider how long we were underwater just there. And we received no notifications that we were running low on air. And you may not have realized that actually Turok can drown. considering he can survive basically any fall. But actually, he can run under there. He can drown. But he's just got incredible lung capacity. Oh, and we're back here. This is the beginning of the level, and to my right is that bottomless pit. Hey Crow, do you like really obtuse secrets?
No.
Well, we're gonna have to discover one right here. So that hole in the ground, there's no crouch button in Turok, but that hole just to our right, if you run into it, he'll auto-crouch and you can go into holes. And this is actually where we need to go to get the Chronoscepter piece for this level.
And of course it's not on the map or anything.
No. Yeah, anytime now, we're gonna find the Chronoscepter piece.
"2,000 years later."
Turok Dinosaur Hunter is a really fast-paced game.
And you need this piece to complete the game, right?
Well, if you want to complete it the correct way,
Yeah.
yes.
So wait, is there a bad ending then to the game?
No, the final boss is just made about 110% more difficult by not having the Chronoscepter piece, but it's possible to defeat him without it.
Okay.
Ah, here we go. Okay, here. Alright. Secret room with teleporting magic guy.
Jeez, he takes a lot of minigun ammo.
Who's magic?
And
But there it is.
Nice. I love how the blood stain just sort of floats on the top of the water there.
It's a good physics engine for Turok. Yeah, but now that we have it, we get to crawl all the way back.
Lovely.
This Chronoscepter piece is pretty unique in that it absolutely kills the flow of the game.
Yeah, crouching does not seem to be very effective so far.
I mean, he moves pretty quickly while crouched. But
He's just on his knees the whole time, being propelled through sheer force of will.
yeah, and here we go. We're back. Okay, so coming up is a section full of fire-breathing wall things, and here I actually am going to hug the wall so that I can run past them without getting injured. Except for that first time right there, and that time. But see, the second time and the third time it worked. And right there, see? See?
I'll take your word for it. Also, yeah, because it's the 90s, they couldn't possibly render Turok's hands.
No. Oh, and welcome to a puzzle area. We have to hit those little switches with the purple triangle icons in order to raise those platforms. So we have to wander around these switch puzzles to find our way to the tinier switches so that we can raise all the little columns. Otherwise, we aren't going anywhere.
Beautiful.
Thank goodness for the overlay map.
Was that in the original version at all?
That Perlin?
Or the map?
Yes.
Uh,
Although some of it has been changed up between versions.
yeah.
I believe, I think the map is actually a little more comprehensive in this version.
Because, yeah, I can't really imagine a map overlay like that being in the N64 version.
Oh, it is.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But again, I think there are certain secret areas that aren't rendered in the N64 version that are rendered here. I also skip a ton of secret walls here in the name of going, not for a speed run, but going for a slightly faster than usual run. If you look around, you'll occasionally see skulls on the ground of these hallways. I actually passed one about 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, the little ground thing.
Yeah, that signals a secret area. The skulls in this area are facing a wall, and the wall that they're facing is actually holographic, and you can just run through it and get like another box of ammo and health.
Neat.
Yeah, just little touches. I'm taking a bit of a detour here for a very particular reason.
Oh, that looks like a big gun.
Yeah, it sucks.
Well, thank you for that.
No worries. I'm going to show it off right now and then probably never use it again. The shockwave cannon, I think it has like a different name in like the instruction manual for Turok, but you can charge it up. It uses your plasma weapon, ammunition, but when it creates enough of a damage threshold to kill an enemy, they will sort of freeze, like charge energy and then explode, as you saw. With smaller enemies, it's fine. With bigger enemies, it doesn't work at all, because you basically need to keep firing and firing to hurt them to have that happen. Meanwhile, it takes like 5-6 rounds of your plasma energy per shot, and the enemy can continue to wail away or keep firing at you while you're hoping they will reach that threshold to die.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's not great. It's one of those weapons where it's like Turok has this throughout the series. They'll have like cool, unique, sort of gimmicky weapons where you're like, oh wow, Turok, you're so creative. But in practice, they're actually really dull, and you will probably default back to the shotgun.
Yeah, so it's sort of like the shrinker or the expander gun in like Duke Nukem 3D or whatnot.
Almost, yeah, exactly like that. Incidentally, I believe in Turok Rage Wars, there is a shrinker and an expander gun.
Oh god. Does he also have like the boot animation like Duke does?
I never played Rage Wars a ton. Someone confirm it for me, but I think there is a... If someone's shrunk and you walked over them, I'm pretty sure they just die instantaneously.
Because, like, I remember in Duke Nukem 3D, there's a dedicated animation of Duke stomping the shit out of, like, shrunken enemies.
Later Turok games focused more on gimmicky weapons, where homing drills stuck into their body and bore their way into their skulls or limbs. Can't wait for Turok 2 to be released. Having replayed this level like 6 times since I recorded this, I'm chiding myself for not destroying these purlins with the grenade launcher.
It's a challenge run. You're making it intentionally more difficult on yourself.
Let's go with that, yeah. Good. That's good reasoning. I don't like this portal world a ton because the fire-breathing faces mean that I have to go more slowly than I normally would.
Also, that doesn't really look like fire, just more like really bad aerosol cheese spray coming out.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah. Like, those things are...
You know what? It's... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, those things are just puking up liquefied Doritos.
Ew. No wonder it hurts Turok. Liquefied Doritos is not good for his physique.
No.
He gains weight as he's shot with those. He loses lung capacity. Can no longer propel himself underwater into wooden spikes. I was gonna say, the ironic thing is, in Turok 2, they introduce a flamethrower weapon, and I maintain that it's still one of the best flamethrower weapons in video games.
Even better than the one in Killzone 2?
It's actually quite similar, and I've wondered if the one in Killzone 2 took some like design ideas from the one in Turok 2.
The world may never know. Unless we can actually get in contact with someone from Gorilla.
Let's phone him up. I have Joris de Man and Herman Hulst on my speed dial, I swear.
I'm not actually sure if you're lying or not.
I am lying.
They've got a Twitter account, like someone with Twitter can actually like talk to them and ask them stuff.
We could be that someone with Twitter, we just have to make a Twitter account.
Yeah. Fuck that, it's too much work.
Yeah, in the meantime, Artix, please contact Guerrilla Games over Twitter for us. Get a brief change of scenery here.
I love that the map changes color too to denote various environments.
It's a really radical map. I want more fast-paced shooters like this that have big, sprawling maze-like levels with overlay maps.
Yeah, nothing's really coming to mind, but then again, FPSs weren't really my thing when I was growing up.
For shame. It's like saying you didn't like candy growing up.
I guess Killzone Shadow falls like that, but then again, the only reason the levels are maze-like is because that game has abysmal routing issues.
Right.
So, spoilers for Shadowfall when we get to it.
If we get to it. No promises.
Well, I'm gonna be the one recording it anyway, so... I love how you're just getting mauled by enemies left and right and your health is still over 200%.
The enemies mauling me are pretty harmless. There are enemies that, you know, a single tag or two would do quite a bit of damage. Little bugs, not such a concern. Dimetron, bigger concern.
Oh god, yeah.
You may have noticed on the overlay map just there that there was a significant chunk that is already explored off to the side.
Yeah.
We were actually just outside the temple that we were in at the very beginning of the level.
Oh, wow.
And I...
oh, so there is a fall to death animation.
That's the fall to death animation.
Turok
So that was a pretty bad jump.
Yeah, Turok just taking a face plant into the abyss.
Yep. That's what I meant to do just right there, but, oh well. Oh, God.
Okay, I legitimately do not know which one is funnier, that one or Dash Rendar's fall animation.
Dash Rendars, always Dash Rendars. That second time wasn't me missing a ledge, I swear, that was the leaper. Entirely the leaper. Goddamn leapers. They can climb on walls and they will chase you all over entire levels. If that wasn't made clear just right there.
Yeah, I sort of saw it in the background there during the animation when you had the invincibility frames.
Okay, so this is significant. We drain the water, into that bottomless pit that we saw at the very beginning of the level. So we can now swim down that bottomless pit to discover that it's not actually bottomless. Although it is full of wooden spikes that we can swim into if we're not careful. So it's like, yeah, the whole level connects. It's a nice little bit of interconnectedness.
Nice. Jeez, it's stuff like this that makes me kind of sad that Acclaim went under.
I know. And we're still missing a key. That was it right there. And hello.
Oh god, giant mantis.
Yeah. Now things are starting to I mean, we've always sort of known things were off about the Lost Land, like plasma rifles and dinosaurs running about. We saw a weird little sentient praying mantis earlier, but now we have a praying mantis the size of a semi-truck trying to kill us.
Yeah.
That popped out of a statue.
And is knocking the walls down left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Wow,
and is resistant to certain types of damage. For example, you'll see that the minigun did nothing to it. I blame the exoskeleton. Use explosives for this boss.
Yeah, that seems to be doing a little more damage.
Also, as you do damage to it, it'll enter different phases of the fight. Second phase was knocking down all the walls. As it gets lower on health, it will start jumping on the ceiling and the roof more frequently than it is right now. Fortunately, like all boss arenas, ammunition respawns around the edges, so if your favorite gun runs dry, just keep backpedaling, I guess.
Just give it a minute or two. Oh, jeez.
A good old grenade launcher.
Yeah, wow, that thing's melee attacks did a crazy amount of damage.
Yeah, I think I went in there with 200 health. I'm down to 47, so... Alright, one more level 8 key.
Nice.
Now we can access the treetop village. And we only need 3 more keys. 2 more keys? We need a couple more keys to get into the final boss.